Yeah, you want to stay for this. You want to stay for this. Did you clock this beat? Like, did you? Did you see it? Alright, eggs. How you doing? How you doing? How mate? How's it? Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Lesego, and it's so lovely to have you here as always, girl. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, do the right thing, share the video. I think it looks much better like in person because I don't think the camera is picking up. Okay, I don't think the camera is doing me justice, but it's alright. I just showed you how to do this. This is a very simple breakdown. Okay, like I must have used like 5 products. Well, I mean 5 categories of products. Let's count them all. Okay, I used an all over the face powder. I used a brightening powder. I used a contour powder. I used foundation, dark and a light, and then blush, fixing spray. And that's about it. That's about it. And look at what I did with it. Clogging, okay? I know you see that. So, if you want to see how I achieved this look, stay tuned and don't forget to leave me a nice comment, like, comment, subscribe, and share with your friends, everybody. Okay, right, let's get to it. Alrighty, so I'm gonna use the AOA Studio Perfect Filter face primer. It's kind of like a blurring. If you have 2 of these, you can still use, you don't have to use different ones, just that I have them in different colors, so I'll just use them. This one is in caramel. It's too light for my whole face. This one is in au chocolate. It's too dark for my whole face. So I use them together, and I'm just gonna use this one all over my face, and I'll use this as my highlight shade, if I could call it that. Yeah, I'll use it as my highlight. So I'm just gonna put a few pumps there, like 2. I mixed the 2. I don't know if you can, yeah, I think you can see that. I mixed the 2, and I'm just gonna use my brush and start blending that out. Please get the right undertone. Alright guys, just Google how to check your undertone. I'd usually go for foundation at darkinyana, like maybe a shade darker than my skin. So I'd rather match my foundation to my neck, because then I can highlight as bright as I want and it will still not look horrible. You know, it will not look like I'm one color here and then like I have like a completely different neck. I don't like that. Now that my foundation's all blended, I'm gonna take that lighter foundation. I'm going to use that. I'm going to use that as my my highlight shade, and I'm going to lift my eyes just by doing that, just from where my eye ends, and just take it up in efforts to lift up my eyes without actually using eyeliner. And just make sure that everything is symmetrical. Usually I would have done my eyes first, but now since I'm on this foundation first tip, I guess we'll just have to do it after. So if, like, there was a time, I remember when this foundation was popping, I bought it. Do you see how light this is? If you have a lighter foundation, this is the time to use it. Use it. Don't throw it away. Use it as your highlight shade. So I'm just going to mix that just a little bit. Just going to mix that with this Black Opal foundation. Now, I just want to warn you, okay? All of these tricks that I'm showing you, you probably should not do them for like a big event, you know, when you're going somewhere like a special event type of thing. This is like your everyday makeup look. Like you could do this for like everyday makeup. I would not recommend doing this for like bridal makeup or like special event makeup, you know. I mean, I'm sure you could, but I just would not recommend you doing it like that. Also, use a light hand. Be very light handed. Don't, just very gentle. Blending upward. My mirror is down here, so when I'm looking down, I'm looking at my mirror. Okay. Okay, and then I'm gonna take, this is lipstick, okay? This is lipstick. I'm gonna take these two lipsticks from Essence, and I'm gonna use this as my blush. This is like an orange, it's like an orangey kind of vibe. You see that? It's orange, but I love the shade it brings, so I'm still gonna use that. And this is like a very deep pink. I just love the color that they make. Waited a little with my, and I'm just gonna mix these colors on my hand. I'm gonna tap into both at the same time, okay? The same time, girl. Can you see that? It has a bit of both, and then I like to bring my blush up here. Yeah. Make sure that it kind of does hit the apple. So smile a bit. Do you see that? Oh, Badla, Angazi, I hope you can see that. Because if you can't, oh my God. Oh my God. This is going to be redundant if you can't see that. Yeah, just a little. Can you see that? Oh, you can see that, girl. I know you do, because right now for me here, it looks like a lot on the mirror. But I know that it's probably not picking up as much on the camera. Maybe even just a little on my forehead. Yeah, I like it to also bring it to my nose. Give myself that flushed look. Not too much though. Not too much. But, you know, just enough to do what I need to do. Then I'm gonna go back and just, okay. I wanted to go back into my concealer. Since I already did that, let's just do that. Just to deepen that just a little, you know, because I still want my line, still want that to be visible, because this is going to be the thing that helps me when I do my eyeshadow, because I still want that lifted look. If you do have concealers, please by all means do use concealer, right? But this is a look that is catered to those that want to have a bead on, but it's like, bro, I can't afford, okay? Because makeup is expensive. Makeup is expensive. You know, even the affordable options are like on the pricier side for some people. But if you can afford it, girl, by all means, go ahead, all right? But if you can't, just know that you have other options. All right, and that's why I'm here. I'm here to show you your other options. Just gonna blend that. I'm not exactly blending into my eye because I don't know if you can see, but my eyes have creases. So I'm just gonna, you know what? I think I might need a mirror. Oh my God, I'm just gonna. I haven't blended under my eyes just yet here on my creases. I'm gonna leave that for now because I want to go into contouring and bronzing. So I'm gonna leave that just yet. I'll come back to that. Alright, I was saying if you have a darker concealer shade, use that. Obviously, this is the Revolution Concealer and Define Full Coverage Concealer. Can you see that? I can't. You can't see that. Or you can just use a darker foundation shade, which is what I will use. Or if you have that stick foundation, you're more than welcome to use that. So here's my dark foundation shade. Put it there. And then because again, we're trying to scale down the amount of products we need to do a full face, I'm just going to use my lip liner and show you how literally you can just use whatever you have. I'm sure you can see that that is quite dark. And I'm not going to do a lot, just a little, because I'm going to blend it out. And we don't want it overpowering everything else. Would I recommend doing this alone, using just the lip liner alone? I mean, I've never tried it. You're more than welcome to try it and let me know. But I would, I've never tried it. So you try it and then maybe let me know. And then we'll come back here. And I'm going to take that, put it on my brush, and start blending it out with my lip liner. And that creates kind of like a bronzed, can you see that? Ooh, that's pretty. I know you can, I see it. It creates like a bronzed look. It's not a deep contour, but it's a bronzy, I'm here, but I'm just not overpowering everybody else. All right. Blend up, nah? You don't blend down. You don't blend like this. You blend up. Blend into your hairline, into your temples. You just want everything, all of these colors to just mesh together and, get married. I'm going to go back into my foundation brush and just make sure that I clean up all of that, the excess, making sure that I have no harsh lines. If I need to go back there. This would also be the perfect time to do your nose contour. I'm gonna do that. Hey guys, I need this little mirror. Do that into your brows. Make sure that you bronze into your nose, into your eyebrows. First, let's just blend. I'm just gonna blend that some more. Okay, now I'm gonna go back into my highlighter, and now I'm gonna start blending into my eyes. Hey guys, if you know you have problematic eyes, try to be very light-handed when blending into your eyes, because you don't want your eyes to start tearing up like mine have multiple times. So be very gentle. Be very gentle, okay? Be as gentle as you possibly can. You know what? If you can blend and set, do that, because I feel like I can already tell her she wants to give me problems today. She wants to give me problems. She does not want to work with me today. I'm going to take my brush just to put a little powder. And if you have, not if you have problematic, but if your eyes tend to give you problems with your waterline, try to stay as far away as possible. Try to stay as far away as possible from your waterline. Like, don't even blend into your, what is this? Yeah, it's your waterline here. Don't even blend into that part. Just blend under. Be sure to blend under. You see, this is where my blender is. Can you see that? This is where my blender is, and that's where it will end up. I always blend under, not onto like, so that it does not give you problems. And maybe don't use a brush, or at least for this part, because your eyes are like very sensitive. Use a blender. And even when you come in to set your product, I'm only using a brush now because I want to limit the amount of powder I take up. So I'll dip my signature powder. I'm gonna dip into my powder and then dust off the excess, and then again under my eye, not on my eye, but under here. That's when I'm gonna start putting my powder. That's when I'm gonna start setting. You can even dust it off on your arm like this. Yeah, I'm gonna start setting that. Again, very gentle. Doing my best to not disturb that eye because, child. So because I haven't set anything, I've just set my under eye here because I do not want my eyes to crease. I'm gonna use my blush and I'm gonna set my blush before I actually set my concealer. So I'm gonna use, oh my god, guys, the writing was off, but this is the City Girl blushes. I'm gonna use both of them. The same brush that I used to apply my lipstick blush, I'm gonna use that same brushes. And then I'm just gonna set that. Again, if you did too much, just take your blender or your powder brush. You can even use your foundation brush to just minimize that just a little. It does help take that. It does help to decrease that, you know. I'm gonna set. Ish. I also said that I was gonna set my nose because I want that, you know, flushed look. Ooh, I might have done too much on my nose, but it's fine. We're gonna bring it back with my powders. I'm gonna limit that with my powders. Just going back with my beauty blender. Can you see that color? And I'm gonna take that. This kind of also has like shimmer in it, so it also acts as a highlighter for me. And I'm just gonna set that. Now, only now, am I gonna set my concealer. My powder puff is wet. Should we use it anyway? Should we use it? Will it ruin my makeup? Well, let's find out. Now I'm gonna set. And I'm also gonna go above, just a little bit above, on top of that blush. Guys, it did. I mean, I probably did that to myself. It ruined my makeup. And I'm still going back. I'm a sucker for punishment, yes. Like my thingy is legit weird. Okay, you know what? You're ruining my thingy. So I'm gonna let that go. I'm just gonna set with my brush. Just gonna use my brush to set my concealer. I love this powder because it's very airy, very light. Like it feels like nothing on the skin. You know, some powders are very heavy on the skin. This one literally feels like nothing. Not forgetting that uplifted that I was trying to do. I'm gonna come back and reinforce it. Now I'm gonna set my, what is it? I'm gonna set my my bronzer, the same brush that I was using to apply it. I'm gonna sit with it. I'm actually gonna use this darker one first. Again, this is, so I'm setting my bronzer with this. Yo guys, can you see the writing? It's the City Girl compact powder. I used the darker one to place it, and then now I'm gonna blend out. I'm gonna blend out this compact powder. I'm gonna blend out this powder with an actual lighter one because I just wanted that for, you know, the depth and the definition. But for blending out, I'm gonna use like a lighter bronze color. You don't have to do this. If you only have one, use the one that you have, okay? And try to not take something that is like too dark. As you can, I don't know, can you see that? Yeah, there it is. You can see how cold and like how gray, how dark it is against my skin compared to this one that is more chocolatey. So I'm gonna use the more chocolatey bronzer to blend out this dark grayish bronzer. Again, I'm gonna go over my blush because we do not want any lines of demarcation. Blend, blend, blend. All right, so once you're happy with your blending to somewhat, I'm gonna use my fixing spray again, my setting spray, and just set that. I don't have a fan here, so hey, a girl might get blood, so I'm going to make a blood. Now I'm taking that, my setting powder, and I'm gonna use that to set all the places where I used all the places that I was highlighting. I'm using this powder to set those areas, and yeah, setting the top of my lips, the sides of my nose. I'm also gonna do on my nose. I wanna this step you can't skip it. Like, also, I wonder if there's one thing that you will absolutely need, even if you only have just one foundation shade, you could still have like good makeup, but you will absolutely need different powders. Oh, yeah, no, unfortunately, you cannot compromise on. Unfortunately, because then your powders are the thing that makes or breaks your makeup. If you have all these color foundations, all these concealers, but you don't have powders that go with those, it's like, but because now you're going to put it on, but you have nothing to set it with, and then it's going to be a problem, right? So if there's one thing that you're going to get different powders, like even different shades. Have your highlight powders shades where you highlight, where you put powder on the places that you highlighted your face. Have your blush, that's the second one, powders for your blush. Have your bronzing powder, have your bronzing powder, and then have your all over the face powder. This is the powder that you use for your whole face, That is the one that ties everything together. You absolutely need that. Do not skip that one. Like, you absolutely need that one. Do not skip it. And I don't really bake. I'm not a baker. I'm not someone that usually bakes. So even this one, I'm not going to bake it. I'm just going to dust it off. Yeah. Ish, guys, my phone is crying about space now. So I'm going to have to do my brows off camera. But I'm just using the same brush I was using to put on my powder, my highlighting powder. That same brush on my brows just to, mattify them a bit. And then I'm going to use my pencil. I'm going to use my spoolie. And then I'm going to use my pencil. This is the Black Opal. Actually, I don't remember where I got this. I'm just going to try and show you quickly with one brow. I'm going to go and draw under my brow. I'm gonna draw under my brow the shape that I want, and then I'm gonna fill it in just a little bit. Then I'm gonna use my spoolie and just not feather, but just take the color higher, you know. And I have really defined brows, so I need to like define my brows. I don't have those fluffy brows, so then I would go just above and define my arch, because I do have like a defined arch. And there we go. That's it. And then I'm gonna come back and conceal. I'm gonna use my concealer brush, and I'm gonna conceal that. It still had product on it, so I'm just gonna use the product that it had. Highlighting powder again, and I'm gonna set my brow bone, because I like that. I like my brow bone highlighted, you know. I like it looking nice and bright, very cohesive with my under eye. And take my dark, you can even just use your foundation shade or the concealer that your bronzing, your cream bronzer. I'm just gonna put that on my eye, on my eyelid. I'm gonna put that on my eyelid, preparing it for eyeshadow slash bronzer, because I said I'm gonna use bronzer on my eyes. I'm gonna pick up the bronzer on my brush, and then I'm just gonna pat that onto my eyelid. Just put it there, okay? Don't blend, just put it. Just put it there, just like that. Do it this other side. I'm not blending, I'm just putting it there. I'm just patting it on there. Now this side is darker because it had more product, but I'm just gonna take more and then just put it there and just leave it there. As much as I have been enjoying doing brows last, I remember why I used to do brows first, and I think I enjoy doing brows first. But I'm gonna wipe. If you have another brush, definitely use another brush. If you don't, just wipe off the product from the brush that you were using just now, and then you can even just take your all over the face powder or another powder, a lighter powder that you have, and pack that on there, and then you're gonna start blending that in. I'm also just gonna put it there for now. I'm gonna come back and blend it, but not yet. Right now we're just packing it on there. Just put it there. And you put it just above where your darkest bronzer ends, right? Because what we want to do is blend that line of demarcation. So for now, we're just patting it there, and then we're going to start blending that. And then I don't usually do this, but I'm going to reverse contour, which means just take your highlight powder or just another powder that is not your all over the face powder, but you can use your highlight powder. I just have a little bit, literally the tiniest bit, because I don't actually do this a lot. But just under my contour, I'm just gonna do that with my powder. Just swipe my highlight powder there. Other people will do this with concealer. As I said, I don't do that, so I'm not gonna use concealer, but I will do that with my powder. You know, can you see that? And I should feel like it's too much now on the camera, because I really don't want a lot, but I just want just a little bit of definition. This powder, I'm gonna finish up my face with this powder. So now I'm gonna go back to my lipstick, the orange one. And I'm just gonna take a little bit of that. Now I don't know if you noticed, but I actually did not put that bronzer all over my lid. So I'm just gonna put this. You can definitely use your blush and then take your blush and then put it on your eyelid. But because I have an eyeshadow palette and I don't even have that color. Alright, so I guess I'm just going to use my blush. Because I thought I had a different color. But turns out I don't. So then I'm just going to take another brush, a clean brush. And I'm going to use my blush. Leona, I'm just going to pick it up with the brush. And I'm just going to pack it there, place it there. Don't blend, just put it on your eyelid. Also, I could have used the pink lipstick because I thought I had the other eyeshadow palette, but I don't. So I'm just going to use that and just pack it there. Right on top of that lipstick, just put this blush right there. Can you see that? Again, the side. Again, we're not blending, we're just putting it on top. Just don't blend, just put it there. Like, I'm literally just doing this. I'm not blending, because these are the motions for blending. This is blending. I'm only doing this, putting it on top. And then I'm going to take the bronzing brush, and I'm just going to get rid of any lines of demarcation again. And that's literally it. And then, as I said, my Yardley powder. And I'm going to set all over my face. This is my all over the face powder. You don't have to use Yardley. You just get any loose or compact powder that is your shade. Okay, that is your shade. And then use that as your all over the face powder. That also minimizes, like, wherever maybe you had gone too much with your blush, this is the powder that will bring everything together. So you absolutely need this powder. Even if it's not this specific brand, but you absolutely need an all over the face powder because it just ties everything together so beautifully. Because I don't really have any eyeshadow on, I don't have to close my eyes. But if I did have eyeshadow on, like actual eyeshadow and not blush, I would have. I'm just gonna reinforce my highlight. As I said, this has shimmers, so it kind of gives like blush highlight type of vibe. I love to highlight my brow bone. Some people don't do it, but I think it's such a beautiful thing. But first I'm gonna do a teardrop. I don't like to do too bright here because already there's the shimmer from the tear duct. And then obviously golden girl, but even that I like it to be very hide and seeky. There we go. Ooh, love that. I'm gonna do my lips, just a regular brow lip liner. I can't even remember where I bought this, so I can't even tell you. And then for my lipstick, I'm gonna use these two lipsticks that I was using. I laid my hair down because I was feeling myself now. So I actually used this one, but because I see that it's very, I just want a little more pinky, okay? So I'm just gonna use just a little bit, literally the smidgest a bit. Because as you can see, this is like bright, and I don't want it bright pink, but I want a little some, okay? I want it to almost look very like, you know when you have like flushed cheeks, very rosy, pinky. That's almost what I'm going for. Yeah, I think that's cute. I think that's cute. Someone wants to learn how to do their face and they don't have the ching to buy all of the 50 million trillion products. This is the video for them. Okay, send it to them, let them see it, and yeah, let's get looking cute all together because baby.